So don't buy these properties in the Philippines. A lot of people will find amazing deals on properties and go, oh my God, I can buy this plot of land for, 5,000 US dollars. I can buy this, little house for whatever, a couple million. I had a recent experience. I was looking at a place here in Boracay Island, and it was a 25-year lease for 3.7 million or something like that. And I came to remember when I lived here before that most of the land here and most of the condos or apartments or houses are what's called not titled, which means, to be completely honest, you definitely want to stay away from them, and you do not own anything if you buy a untitled property. You simply sometimes are buying like a tax deed, or at the end of the day, you basically do not want to touch any of that with like a 10-foot pole. Basically, a property without a title is basically something that could be taken from you at any moment. You really, really need to be wary of places like that, like in the province and anywhere. If you don't have a real title that you have your attorney look over or whatever, you don't have a property. That could be snatched from you at any moment. They wanted 3.7 million for something for a 25-year term. And I kept saying, does it have a title? Does it have a title? And they wouldn't answer. And then finally they said, oh, well, you can talk to my boss. You can do this, you can do that. And I was like, no title, no deal. There's been a lot of situations where people end up, losing their property, quote unquote. They buy something in the province for a few thousand American dollars, and they think that they bought a place, and they end up with a whole lot of nothing. So no title, no deal. I know the Mega World properties here in Boracay are titled, and I just would stay away from it. I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. I don't care if you have a non-titled property and you haven't had any problems or whatever. If you're putting up that kind of money that they're charging lately in the Philippines, or like in my case, what's 3.7, like 60K or something, you better damn well have a title, or you could be in a world of hurt losing that kind of money. Tons of property land scams, people buying tax notes, just situations that you don't want to get into. And another thing is going to be, on a tourist visa, don't buy anything. They're changing things around here, and they're going to start interviewing people that have been here over a year. And if you're not old enough for an SRRV, or you can't afford one, or if you're not married or don't plan on getting married, you could be removed at any moment. You could go in for your 2-month renewal, your 6-month renewal, whatever, and they could say, we're good on you, head home. So if you own a property, then what are you going to do? You'd probably be in bad shape. So my advice to you is, have a permanent visa before you buy anything. And if you buy something, it must have a title. You don't want to buy stuff with no title. No title, no deal. So many plots of land that seem like the steal of the century have no title, and you'll be so excited about the price, you'll try to overlook that, or you won't know, or whatever. I don't care what anybody says. Don't buy anything without a title under any circumstance. And do not think that you're moving to the Philippines or buying a condo without a permanent visa. At this point, they're talking about digital nomad. I don't think they've released it yet. You need to make $24,000 a year for that. SRRV, to the best of my understanding, if you're non-military with no pension, at your 50th birthday, you can put $20,000 in an account, just perpetually or whatever until you leave the Philippines, which could be never. So you're tying up 20K. If you have a pension and you're over 50, it's 10K. If you are former military, it is $1,500. So that's a hell of a deal. I'd be all over that, but unfortunately, I'm not former military. So basically, at the end of the day, stay away from non-titled properties. Stay away from buying a property in a place you don't have a permanent visa. Ways to get a permanent visa: SRRV, over 50 years old, under 50 years old. To the best of my knowledge, you need to marry a Filipina. Don't ever marry someone just to get residency somewhere. Don't buy properties in women's name unless you're willing to donate that property to said woman, like if you have a child with her or something, that would make a lot of sense. and you want your child to always have a place if she kicks you to the curb or moves her whole family in, or you guys fall out of love, quote unquote. But really, really be careful, be careful. A lot of guys come out here, they're kind of love struck, and they start buying houses and cars, and like, you know, a girl that's a single mom's name or something, older foreigner, you know, Filipino got away, the one that got away, the bad boy, and he, you know, finds out and resumes his relationship with that young lady with you know, the house you just bought and the car you just bought. Not saying Filipinos are bad, this happens all the time. What I'm saying is it's not worth the risk. That's why you need to be careful getting involved with Filipinas with Filipino baby daddies that are still in, you know, that are, you know, if they're not a foreigner baby daddy, or the Filipinos still around, or whatever, he can pop back in and you're sleeping on the beach. You can meet a girl like the guy I interviewed and remodel her parents' house, buy her parents a new house, this and that, and then she's back with her baby daddy. Before you know it, all that money down the drain. So don't be a sucker. If you want to do something like that, you're gifting it to her, and she could drop you at any moment. I don't care how strong you think your bond is, how long you guys been together, how hot you think you are. A lot of times, you know, Filipinas go with foreigners because they had a bad experience with a Filipino. Sometimes the one that got away can come back. We know we could all go back to our exes, you know what I mean, that we broke their heart when we were younger. If you're the bad boy or this and that, you know, you could get that girl back in 10 seconds, or you could have access to her, you know, intimately, if you know what I'm saying, in 10 seconds, right? Same thing goes here in the Philippines. So just want to give you a word of caution while walking down this beautiful beach, looking at these houses up here and these cool boats, palm trees. It's a rainy day here in Boracay Island. But yeah, I just want you to be cautious. Don't jump in with both feet. The Philippines can be euphoric and just this buzz when you first get here. Oh my God, this gorgeous girl that's way out of my league in my Western country wants to be with me. Oh my God, I can build a house for 3 million pesos, $54,000. Oh my God, paradise on earth. I've been here 2 years. Let me be real with you. The Philippines is awesome and I'm staying and I love it, and I love Filipinas. I've been with one for a year. But the euphoria and the honeymoon phase wears off. Not saying it's not a great deal, not saying I'm not staying. What I'm saying is dip your toe in. Don't be a sucker. Don't be an idiot. Don't get married in the first year or two you're here. Don't get into a relationship for the first year if you can help it. Most guys will never be able to follow that advice. I respect that. I get it. A lot of guys come out here starved out. A lot of guys just want to get married. Good reason to get married is if you're having a child with a woman, or for religion. I'm not doing either of those things. Religion doesn't rule my world in that way, and I'm not having a baby with anyone. So there's very little upside for a man pushing 50 getting married, unless the girl's worth more money than you and you don't have to sign a prenup. Outside of that, that's called a government contract. Just gonna give you the brutally honest truth here, folks. So be careful with the marriage. Be careful with buying properties in someone else's name. Be careful with untitled properties, and be careful with the honeymoon phase of the Philippines. The Philippines is amazing and it is a great deal, and I'm staying here, but I've been here 2 years. The honeymoon phase is over. Love it to death, paradise on earth for a way cheaper price, but keep your money in your bank account and keep your rights to your own money. Rent, trust me, you retain your value with your lady. She's not that thrilled with you. Screen a girl for a while. Make sure she's not talking to her exes. If you're gonna marry someone, you should be with them for years. Not months, not weeks, but years. Years, yes. And marriage is a government contract. It's kind of like opening a business with someone. There is no divorce in the Philippines, and adultery is illegal. Just beware of all these things, guys, and enjoy this beautiful country. I love Filipinos. I love Filipinas. I love the Philippines. But let me give you a brutal dose of reality here about buying property, getting married, you know, untitled properties, all that good stuff while walking down this beautiful beach on this rainy day. Gonna wrap this video up. Phone's starting to get wet. I do consultations, Jasperinthephilippines at gmail.com. I go live almost every day around 9 a.m. Manila time. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and sana all. Beautiful Boracay Island, rainy day. Resta bit sleep na.